It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Friday, June 30th edition. We're so jazzed for 4th of July. It's coming up here. And what's crazy is we still have another show. You have an entire work day where you are coming in for a full day of work before the 4th of July. But for some reason, it really feels like it all kicks off today.
And I think, too, when you think about the 4th of July, like it's more of like, I feel like 4th of July weekend than it is the 4th, because you think about on Tuesday is the actual 4th of July. Realistically, what are we going to do on Tuesday, you know?
Once Tuesday rolls around, I mean, there is still a lot of fireworks and stuff on Tuesday, but Tuesday, if you're going back to work on Wednesday, Tuesday is the day that you actually might just kind of chill out and
maybe do family stuff, you know? If you want
just more casual.
Yeah, I think my family will probably do family stuff on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So we'll do like a small little cookout, whatever. Tomorrow, Saturday, the big day. I mean, that's the big 4th. If you're going to the lake, if you're going to the pool, if you're going to like a festival or concert or whatever you're doing, that's your big event for the 4th of July that you're really going all out for, it's probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
unless you have Monday off. If you have Monday off, it could be Monday, it could be Sunday, whenever.
Yeah, who knows? I know there's a lot of big stuff on Monday, too.
Yeah, tomorrow's the big winner. Big winner tomorrow.
Yeah, so do you have, let me ask you this, you dress differently on the 4th of July?
See, the 4th of July is one of those holidays where you like dress up, which I love.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of clothing items that only get busted out for 4th of July that I see.
And you like have them. Like you have them ready from last year.
Yeah.
Like I've got a shirt that I wore last year that I'm going to wear again this year.
And what does it look like?
It's like, so this is, I'll set the scene here. It's like a baseball jersey, right?
Yeah.
Button down.
Okay.
It says USA across it. So it's all red, the Statue of Liberty like on it. It says freedom across the back where my last name would be.
Oh my gosh.
Because you know what? The USA is about freedom, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
We're about being patriotic. And the best part about it, too, and also in celebration of the 4th of July, it's also like the hottest time of the year. I mean, this is like the hottest week ever. And so it's a button down. So if I want to, I can just like unbutton it. I can rock it to the pool. I can rock it to the lake. I'm going to a little concert tomorrow. It's like a beach concert.
Yeah.
It's going to be sand. I'm going to have the button down going. It's going to be grand. And everybody's going to be wearing red, white, and blue.
Of
so
course.
I'll fit right in.
Yeah.
And I'm capping it off with not only with the button down USA shirt.
Yeah.
Pair of jean shorts.
Oh, big weekend for jean shorts.
One of the few weekends a year where you can bust out jean shorts. And for people to not even bat an eye at it.
They won't think twice.
A pair of pinstripe jean shorts that I'm rocking tomorrow that are going to blend right in. And everybody, it's funny because everybody has like their own little outfit for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a shirt that's like red, white, and blue. And even if you're like a 50-year-old man, we know you're rocking that USA tank top, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something.
There's the typical USA tank top. And the guy wearing it, it's always like he's sweaty.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
It's just tight on him.
The big boys love the tank tops.
Oh, they love them. It's going to be hot out tomorrow. It's going to be hot out tomorrow. He's going to be sweating in that thing. He's going to have a pair of cargo shorts on down to the knee. We know that for a fact.
Farmer's tan.
Maybe a hat on. He's burnt to a crisp. He's so red.
Yeah.
He hasn't been out in the sun for this long and so long, but he's just sweating.
Back hair's probably poking out on the shoulders.
Oh, it's popping out. And then you can see it in the armpits,
sunglasses.
Too. He's got, just in case. You never know. Yeah. Whether he's at a concert or he's at the lake, he's ready. If he goes in, those things are going to be around his neck no matter what. He's not losing them.
Oh,
he's got a pair of expensive Oakleys on.
Yeah, that's right. I also like picturing, and I see these on like racks, and I just laugh at them for like the last month. The shirts that are like button-ups, but they've got like the Constitution,
like written on it,
the Declaration of Independence.
Like why would you ever wear that?
It's on
the whole thing, because I'm so American.
As well as an eagle and the American flag, they're all on it, and the
eagle's crazy. The eagle's crazy aggressive. If you've got like a big eagle like soaring on your shirt, that's just wildly aggressive. It's like screeching, and it's a lot.
It is crazy. What about this is a big time for the only time where you're going to see somebody bust out a like top hat, like an Uncle Sam hat.
Yes.
Nobody would wear that
like an
Abe
Lincoln one.
Yeah, but for today, for this weekend, those are gonna be everywhere.
And then, like, we're just talking men's fashion.
Yeah.
Women's fashion, a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, theirs is like a whole other category where they're like trying to look cute. guys have like their red, white, and blue shirt that they're just relying on, and they have been for the past 10 years.
Yep.
It still fits, and they're gonna bust it out every year.
And they only wear it once a year.
Oh yeah,
so.
it's only once a year, so it's good. It's always in prime condition. It's ready to roll. And so like when girls, I know I'm going to this concert on Saturday with a large group, and I know for a fact, like I've known what I was gonna wear for the 4th of July for the whole year. I've got a pair of jean shorts, and I've got my like USA baseball jersey I'm gonna wear, and then I know for a fact that the girls in the group that I'm going with, I mean, they've been planning out whatever their outfit's going to be. They've been stressing about it the whole week. And I know that every guy that's going in our group has the same outfit they wore last year. That they're like, I already know what I'm wearing. I'm going to bust it out. I haven't worn it since last July 4th, but I know what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And so for them, it's a much more stressful time to look cute.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure. You gotta look good for 4th of July.
Yeah, it's like one of 2 holidays you get to dress up for.
Yeah.
Like this and Halloween. What else you put on a costume for?
Not a costume. Christmas, you wear like a sweater.
You wear like nice clothes.
I mean, Christmas, you can get away with half of it in pajamas. So.
Yeah, like Christmas, you're looking nice. Easter, you're looking nice.
Oh, you gotta look nice for Easter.
But like the 4th of July, you're wearing something crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're wearing jean shorts crazy. You're wearing something wild. You're wearing a USA cutoff. So for tomorrow, be ready to roll.
Yeah, be ready. The dollar store's full of options for you.
Oh, there's USA shirts everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy the 4th of July weekend, and we'll be back on Monday with more good stuff. There's a food fight today. We also got Patriotic with Donuts. That's how much we love the country, is we brought it to our donuts. So
we love it.
check out that food fight, and we will catch you next time.
See you guys.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Now, explain this one to me, Isaiah, and actually explain it to the authorities as well. Why, in the city of Arlington, Virginia, are thieves going ahead and stealing side view mirrors from cars?
That doesn't make much sense to me.
You don't have a reason why that they would be doing that?
Was it a small mirror, too?
Yeah.
It's not even like it has a real purpose for you outside of a car.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't use it for something else.
Like, you wouldn't use it as a mirror in, like, your home.
No.
And you're not selling that for anything that's worth any money.
You don't think so?
I don't think so at all. There's no way anybody's buying that. Why would they buy that?
If their mirror gets stolen
broke.
and they need to replace it. I remember one time my mom needed to replace her side view mirror because it got shattered. I believe somebody left their mailbox open and she hit it or something like that.
And so she had to buy a new one.
Yeah, she had to get a whole new mirror. I think it's a rare case, but I mean, you need a new one. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to drive without them. It might be in many localities, but this is what thieves are doing. It still seems like you steal a side view mirror. What are the odds you're going to be able to resell it?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to search it.
Odds?
Let me search and see how much I can find it for.
Yeah.
See how much it costs.
But this is a string of robberies. This, let's see. I believe I saw at least 14 different people have now had their side view mirrors stolen in this town of Arlington, Virginia. It's not even, they're not even taking the whole apparatus. They're taking just the glass from the side view mirrors. And it just has everybody from the victims to the police wondering why.
Like, you can get it for like $16 on Facebook Marketplace.
All right, so you're not
that's
reselling
not even worth it.
Yeah, that's not the way to go there. It's really a puzzler.
It could be they're stealing it just because they like to steal. Some people just like to steal.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's
just
people
the rush.
out there. Yeah, they like to steal, and so maybe that's what they're doing. They're just stealing.
But think about this though: if you are that type of person and you want to steal just because you have to, like you feel like you have to, it's the rush.
Which is a wild thing to do.
I'm addicted to stealing.
A wild thing to do.
If you're going to steal anyways, you might as well steal something valuable.
That's what I'm thinking.
Why would you waste it on rear view mirrors?
Or maybe they're new to stealing. Maybe this is their new thing, and they want to start at something that's easy. They don't want to get caught like trying to rob a bank.
Yeah,
that seems like a lot of pressure. They're not quite ready for that.
Mm-hmm. So they're working their way up.
Yeah, they're probably getting recruited or something into like a stealing group.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, maybe you should start with side mirrors.
You know what it could be? It could just be like hazing or like a gang that's like, you got to prove
How tough you are.
We take it easier on our gang members. You don't have to kill anybody from another gang. You just have to steal some side mirrors from strangers.
You think you can get into the salty spittoon? You think you're tough enough?
Yeah.
Go steal some side mirrors.
It's
See if you can get in there.
It's a mystery. If you can explain it, let us know. 8772 Radio U.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
If you've got a European vacation planned, you might need to alter your plans a little bit. Isaiah, you have friends going to Europe, don't you?
They leave on Saturday. I guess we're just tomorrow.
Really? So they're leaving before 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
That shows
how American is that?
Yeah, right. They aren't planning on going to the city of Dubrovnik in Croatia, are they?
No, they're not going to Croatia.
It's a beautiful coastal town. It really does look nice, but they've just made an alarming change to their law for tourists because it is a big tourist destination. They've decided to ban suitcases.
Now we're thinking.
Yeah. Would you like to take a stab at why they might be doing that?
Well, it makes sense because my friends who are going there, none of them are taking suitcases.
They're not.
None of them are. They're all taking backpacks.
They're backpacking. They're actually backpacking around Europe.
They're actually backpacking because they're going to be like flying like every 2 days.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to have like a permanent, it's not like they're going to Europe and they're staying in the same place.
Yeah.
But like, because they're going for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're going to be flying like every 2 days. And if they were just walking the city with a suitcase, number one, they look silly. Mm-hmm. Everyone can tell they're tourists. And so instead, they're going to carry around giant backpacks.
Yeah, that won't give it away.
Because that'll make them so less
They'll blend
suspicious.
right in.
Yeah, exactly. You'll never know.
Uh-huh.
And so, they're backpacking it, not suitcasing it. And because it's harder to drag a suitcase anyway than to have a backpack.
You think about a lot of places particularly in Europe, right? You imagine like cobblestone streets or whatever, like that type of thing. So dragging a wheeled suitcase, it's liable to turn over, and it makes a lot of racket.
It's an annoying noise.
And that is why the city of Dubrovnik in Croatia is saying no more, because they don't want the locals have complained about all the noise. It's such a big problem that they are banning it. The noise from some of the wheels of the suitcase on their streets so loud that the town has said no more.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You think about like how much noise it must have been making, and at the same time, how do you enforce this? You know, like you see somebody, they're not even from this country. Like it's not like there's a bunch of people that live there that are doing this. Like you're gonna be punishing tourists who come and are carrying around a duffel bag or whatever it is. I guess it would be a rolling bag, but at the same time, like what are they gonna do? Yell at them? Like you got to pick that thing up.
I'll tell you what they're gonna do. I have it right here. They are going to fine them 288 smackers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's an expensive bit of noise you're making.
You got to think too, like my friends who are going, like they're going to a new city like every 2 days pretty much, and they're flying around. So it's not like they've like thoroughly looked at the laws of every single city. And so if they flew here on like the 6th city they visited, there's no chance they would catch this. They would just fly there and they'd be like, oh crap, I guess I owe this country $300.
Yeah. I wonder if what if you just leave?
That's
you know what I
thinking.
mean? You're leaving anyways. What are they going to do? The United States is they going to send you back to Croatia to pay your $288 ticket. So,
like, what are they going to do? They're going to mail it to you? Like, what's the odds you're going to go back there either? Like, if you're like banned from the country forever, like, how is there like a likely chance I'm going to come back? Probably not.
Not if you're from the United States.
And if you know that you have a fine there for $300 and you're a wanted criminal, I probably wouldn't return either.
And Croatia, Dubrovnik, I mean, that feels like an easy place to avoid.
It seems
it's
like
not London.
Yeah,
it's not Barcelona.
Nah, risk it.
Yeah,
Let us know how it goes.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Dating is hard. Dating is hard enough. There's already so many things you have to avoid. Ghosters, catfishers, and then just trying to find somebody. It's hard enough. And then what if you add in AI to the mix?
Worst case scenario, right?
Some people embrace it. Some people have found solace in dating AI. But for most people, that's not what you want. If you're scrolling through Tinder or Bumble, you want something real. That's people say that in their profiles, right? I just looking for someone real. I don't want to I don't want to lie or I don't want to fake. And that's exactly what people are now getting. Apparently, people are using AI to catfish people on the dating apps. Is the new thing.
Well, it makes sense looking at these photos you have in front of me here. I mean, if you thought this was real, come on. What are we doing now?
I believe the woman was able to clearly tell that he was. She reported this because it was very clearly fake.
I mean, so like the AI is creating fake people. Is that what it is? Or are they using others' photos? That's my question.
I don't know if
because this picture alone.
The picture is unbelievable.
This picture looks like it could be fake. It looks like it could be built by a computer.
If you analyze it closely, it looks there's reasons to believe that it's not a real human being in the picture.
Like when I look at the photo, essentially it's just like a shirtless guy who's shredded.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks kind of crazy.
Absolutely jacked.
It looks like kind of like the perfect human body, pretty much. And so when I look at that, the first thing I would think if I matched with this person would be, there's no way, right?
Yeah.
Like how? No chance.
But maybe you just match anyways, just to be like,
just to see.
Yeah, you gotta see them in person one time.
See if it can play
if it's
out.
real. But see, I think AI, when you think about it, I don't know how romantic AI can be, but if you let AI write your dating profile, I guess that's not the worst, right? But if you kind of gave it some things about you and then it makes it entertaining, eye-catching. But letting AI edit your photos, that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, like even like the bio. I mean, this is clearly an AI bio. It says, you ready? Adventurous soul seeking, a partner in crime for thrilling escapades and unforgettable memories. Love hunting, fishing, and playing games with my nephew when I can always be up for exploring new places and trying new experiences. It doesn't even make sense to read. How about let's ignite sparks of laughter, wanderlust, and genuine connections. Swipe right if you're ready to embark on a wild and captivating journey together.
That sounds like AI.
That sounds like there's no man on this world that would ever write that.
I don't know, but I do.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
You know what? If I saw a profile that said, let's ignite sparks of laughter, wanderlust, and genuine connections, I'm swiping right.
You're not swiping right.
I'm swiping right.
No, you're not.
Yeah, if the pictures are nice enough, I'll swipe right on that.
Yeah, I think it's usually pretty easy to tell when a profile is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think it's fake, it probably is.
Yeah.
There's never been a time. Actually, there's only been one time when I thought somebody was fake and they weren't. There's only been one time my whole life.
How did you find out?
Because they turned out to be real. I mean, that they had the real Instagram with like real people on it.
Yeah.
And like real comments. But when I looked at their profile and I started messaging them, I was like, this person's probably fake.
Why did you message them? You thought they were fake.
Because I thought they could be real.
Was it the same thing? Like you see this guy with his body, it's like, well, I got to at least match to see if it's real.
Well, I like when I matched with her, I didn't like think she was immediately fake. But then sometimes when you're like texting someone, when you're like, are they like a real person? Like they're texting off a weird.
Or is this somebody in another country?
Yeah, and like she was very cute, and I was like, I don't even know if she's real or not. It seemed like a catfish thing, and then turned out to be real.
Proved you wrong.
Really bit me in the butt there.
Yeah.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Oh, it is time for our Friday tradition, looking ahead at what you could be watching in theaters or at home this weekend. New movies out. It's a good weekend for new releases. July 4th weekend typically is. And we've got a big blockbuster new release this weekend, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Highly anticipated. Talked about for a long time. Probably, I guess, Harrison Ford's last run as Indiana Jones, right? And you might be wondering, what are people thinking about it so far? How are the reviews shaping up? 67% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, that's not great.
That's
average.
Fair to Midland.
Decent.
But if you're just looking for Indiana Jones, is not like some other movie franchises where you have a million of them. Like there's how many Fast and Furious movies now? There's how many Spider-Man movies? This is only the 5th Indiana Jones. So you're happy to just get anything. And if it's okay, then you're a fan of Indiana Jones, then okay is good enough. Because at least it's something.
Yeah, for some people, this will be exciting. I mean, it's a holiday weekend.
Uh-huh.
Are people going to be going to see a movie this weekend?
Oh, yeah, it's a big movie weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like 4th of July is more of like a spend time outdoors, but I guess you can't do it the whole weekend. I mean, I probably will, but some people won't.
Yeah, sometimes, and a lot of times if it's hot, you want to go to the movie theaters, beat the heat. Some people this is a fun thing to do for 4th of July weekend, go to the drive-in movies.
Oh, that's outdoors. There you go.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and do that. So Indiana Jones, it should do fairly well at the box office. Are you intrigued? Have you seen how many, if any, Indiana Jones movies have you seen in your life?
I don't know if I've seen more than one.
More than which one
and
was
not
it?
on purpose.
Which one was it?
Probably on TV. I don't even know. They all kind of seem similar to me.
I believe I've seen them all at one point or another. The one I remember most distinctly, and I remember it not being good, and I actually saw it at a drive-in, believe it or not, is the most recent one, the Crystal Skull, which was not well received. That was probably about a decade ago or something. But the first 3 Indiana Jones are mostly good. Some of them are great. So they're worth going back and checking out. This one, hopefully, as long as it's better than Crystal Skull, I think people will be pleased. But maybe that's not for you. Maybe you'd like to find something that's a little more child-friendly for some reason. Maybe you'd like to watch Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken.
No one's watching that.
You don't think so?
No, I mean just look at the animation here.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me.
It looks like I don't even know what that looks like, a computer game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's for children. It's a cartoon for children. Though you can't get too mad at it. It also has a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, so very very similar to Indiana Jones.
Decent movie.
Yeah, definitely decent. On streaming this weekend, I can tell you that you could stream a new movie starring Sarah Snook from Succession. It's called Run Rabbit Run. It's a psychological horror film, and Sarah Snook, she plays a divorced Australian mother, and it kind of hinges around that she's upset that her 7-year-old daughter takes in a stray bunny as a pet.
Seems like an interesting,
but it gets horror-y.
Interesting concept there.
Yeah, definitely unique. But or maybe you'd like to watch a sing-along version of Hamilton this weekend. That's new.
That makes sense. It's the 4th of July.
New on Disney Plus. That is an option for you.
People love Hamilton.
And let's see. The book club sequel is now on Peacock.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
There's your weekend watch list. Something for everybody, we like to say, this weekend for sure.
Oh, there has to be something for you.
Whether you want book club on Peacock, or whether you want a psychological horror film about a child adopting a bunny.
Maybe a Hamilton sing-along.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
Or good old Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Got a gal training at Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
And she has a special pin. I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok. She's got the special pin. It says, "I'm training." But she's about to be done training. And so she's worried that once she takes off the training pin, if she messes up somebody's drink, that they're going to be way meaner to her than if she had the training pin on.
Which is a total valid excuse.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, it's for sure going to happen. Because, like, when you're training someone, like, the person's, like, hovering behind you, whatever it is. Or if you say, "I'm in training," then if you're a customer, you're like, okay, well, it's like their first day, so I'm not going to rip into them on their first day. But at the same time, once you take that little training apron off, the training pin off, now you're free game. Customers are now allowed to just yell at you.
Yeah. Well, you may not have the pin, but you could still, if you mess up, just be like, "Sorry, I'm in training."
It's my first day.
Yeah.
It's my first day on the job, no matter what.
I'm still new at this. I'll tell you, though, it is true, having that training pin on and then having the person, like, hover over you, the customers will never be nicer to you.
Oh, that's the nicest time.
Yeah. They for some reason, they are much more liable to chat you up at that time, too. Sometimes they'll give you advice.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they'll be like, "Don't forget the whipped cream.
You got it.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. You got it." I remember when I used to work at my parents' toy store. I had a myriad of excuses, like when customers would get mad at me.
Yeah.
And my go-to one, I didn't usually say that it was my first day or that I was training.
Yeah.
But usually when they would ask me to do something, like, oh, can't you like just give me this coupon? Or if they were asking me to do something that I wasn't able to do and they were starting to get upset, I would say, I would love to do that for you. And I really would.
Uh-huh.
But the system just won't allow it.
The system won't allow it.
Like, the system won't let me do it, even if I wanted to. Even if I dearly wanted
Is that the phrasing?
to give you the
Did you
discount.
use the word system?
I said the system. I would say the system, and I'd point at the computer as if it was this magical thing. And I would say, even if I wanted to give you this coupon or this discount you're asking for, the system, this computer won't even let me do it. It won't even let me do it.
See, I wouldn't use the word the system.
What would you say?
I would say the computer.
Oh, the computer.
Computer won't allow it
That's
because
fair.
the system, just hearing you say it makes it sound like there's like some, behind the dark curtain.
Oh, it is.
There's some kind of people pulling the strings, puppet master pulling the strings.
And they just won't let me do it.
Yes. There's a boardroom of people, the system.
The system just won't allow it.
And they enforce the system. And then it sounds so conspiratorial. But when it's the computer, it's just like, like everybody knows, you're powerless.
I'm powerless.
Yeah, the computer is in control.
Even if I wanted to.
I work for the computer.
Even if I wanted to help you, even if I wanted to give you this discount, I just can't do it. And people, you know what? People were always okay with that. They were still upset. They were still mad they didn't get their discount, but they usually didn't take it out on me as much. They weren't as angry at me, even though I was lying to their face. If I wanted to give them a discount, I could give them the discount. Are you crazy? You don't think I can give a discount? I can give a discount on any order you make. But the system won't allow it, so I can't. Yeah. Hands off, I can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to know if other people have what excuses you go to when people get upset with you at work. Customers, particularly, it's different when your coworkers get upset. But what do you do when a customer gets upset? 8772 RadioU if you've got a good one.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, RadioU.
Now, this is, I want to hear what people think about this. Text it at 8772 RadioU. There's a woman in Arizona. She's a taxidermist, and she has found her niche in the taxidermy world that has brought her some notoriety. She turns actual pigs into actual piggy banks.
This is weird looking. It's weird looking.
You could have a piggy bank that is actually a real life pig that is, it's passed on, but it's preserved so that it can hold your change.
Yeah, I'm confused because these are not. I mean, if you've ever seen a pig, which I used to raise pigs.
Yeah, you know your way around a pig,
and they're large. They're large creatures. These here, at least the ones that she's showing,
they're tiny, right?
These are like these are baby pigs.
So
these are like piglets.
So these
like literal weeks old pigs. They're so small.
It's concerning. Why are they so small? Where is she getting these pigs from to do this taxidermy is what I want to know.
That's what I'm starting to wonder. Because I look at these little baby piggies. And maybe, obviously animals die at any age. So I assume she must be working with somebody who has baby piggies that are just dying.
Might have the answer here.
Give it to me.
Her husband is a hunter. And think about it, right?
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
In some places, the wild pigs are actually a big problem, right? So maybe they're hunting.
What?
Yeah, no, the wild pigs.
I know they're a big problem.
Yeah. So maybe he's out there hunting and gathering these pigs for her.
That's crazy. No way.
For business.
They're baby pigs. There's no way. It says, here it is. She claims she gets most of her animals from local farms. That makes more sense.
Does it? Why do they have so many dead little tiny pigs?
Well, the animals die. You got to get animals died at any age. So she says,
enough of them for her to have like a
little business.
A client list of people that are ordering piggy banks.
Well, she says she feels like they get to live a second life.
Mm-hmm. That's one way to
think about it.
I think they'd like their first life.
You would think
back if they could have it.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's weird. Taxidermy, I know that it's it's a thing that people do. It's an art, some might say. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it just looks so real. It looks too real. Like, I mean, obviously it is real. But this is a real animal.
And
At least was like a couple weeks ago.
And it's cute, but it's also a sad reminder that we have these little tiny pigs that didn't get to live a full life.
Yeah, if it was like a large pig, still being like a baby pig, like this thing's tiny, yet again weeks old. It looks so cute.
Yeah.
And so for me, this is no. It's a no. It was sold for $750.
Well, those pigs don't come cheap.
I guess not.
It's not cheap to put a hit out on a baby pig.
I mean, $750 for that piggy bank. I can tell you right now, if you wanted to buy that pig, it would have been like $800. That's how much a pig costs.
Yeah.
To like buy.
Would you rather have a live pig?
Between like $400 and $800 to buy for a large pig, for a big one, or a baby. So that's crazy.
So you could buy an actual pig, get all the benefits from that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to sell...
And then just give her the pig.
Yeah, I used to sell a fully grown pig for $800. I bet, I mean, for like a baby pig like that, it was less expensive. But for a big boy, all meated up, it was like $800. So that's crazy.
This is tough. It's not for us, that's for sure.
Taxidermy is weird.
It's...
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow at RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Now, Isaiah, have you ever considered live streaming yourself while you sleep?
I have not.
You never thought about it?
I don't think people would be interested, if I'm being frank.
Yeah, you might think that, but you are thinking wrong. Because there's big money in sleep streaming. This is according to, I mean, several people can attest to this, but there was a recent interview with a big Twitch streamer, Amaranth.
Real controversial, yes.
Controversial?
Amaranth?
Yeah.
Yeah. She can make money being on Twitch for anything. And she has for anything that you can imagine.
Including sleeping.
Yeah.
She says that she'll make thousands of dollars per night whenever she chooses to just live stream herself sleeping. But it's not just her. For guys, right? If you or I were to live stream ourselves sleeping, we might still make money because people will try to, once they find you, they'll start donating and trying to get notifications to come up enough to wake us up, is the idea usually when it's a guy sleeping.
That's the goal, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could deal with that, don't you think?
I get woken up like every 15 minutes or so by my dog having to use the restroom for whatever reason in the middle of the night. So it wouldn't be that crazy for me to get woken up by notifications.
Well, that's a bonus reason I think people would watch yours is for your dog, Jim.
See Jim running around?
I think that'd be a big bonus.
I don't know what he does at night, but I know that he is awake for lots of portions of it, many a times.
Yeah.
Just kind of like milling around all in my bedroom now.
Yeah, really, I mean, for you, why even live stream yourself sleeping? You just live stream Jim the dog and see what happens.
Yeah, making the rounds all night long.
Mm-hmm. But for Amaranth, of course, her being a woman, the reason that, I mean, people might still try to wake her up, but it's more like, oh, look, a lady sleeping.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's so much weirder, but if it was us, it wouldn't be, not. If we were watching it, it'd be weird. I would feel weird. I don't want to watch somebody else sleeping.
Yeah, that's odd.
But if I set up a camera and somebody wants to watch me sleeping, that doesn't feel very problematic to me. I don't know. Maybe I do weird stuff while I sleep that I don't know about yet.
Yeah, I guess that would be something that I feel like I would have a harder time falling asleep if there was a camera on me because I would want to know what people are saying. And I already know that I sleep in weird positions.
Yeah, you did admit that.
So I don't really want people judging me in the comments that I can't read while I'm sleeping because then I'd be all self-conscious.
Yeah, you don't want to be self-conscious while you're sleeping.
Exactly. It'd be a lot harder for me to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't get much sleep as is. But for Amaranth, I mean, all she does is stream, so
yeah, she
can sleep as much as she wants to.
Now,
you want to know something crazy? Her estimated total monthly income off all she does is stream, $2 million per month.
Well, not all she does is stream. She says she has investments as well in real estate and gas stations.
Makes
sense.
There you go.
But you might be wondering, why doesn't she, if you could make money off of sleeping, why wouldn't you live stream yourself sleeping every night, right? She says it's partly scheduling because sometimes maybe she has a photo shoot the next morning. I guess maybe She wants to be extra restful or something.
She doesn't want to get woke. I mean, when you're making that much
you don't
money,
wanna be woken up,
she's
for
like,
sure.
whatever. If I don't stream tonight,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll miss out on like $10,000, which is what she
Yeah.
averages for her nightly streams. But to her, that's whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's nothing compared to the
drop in
photo
the
shoot.
bucket.
But she also says if you do it too much, then it loses the novelty.
That's
if
true.
If people can watch you sleep every night, it doesn't feel special anymore.
But yeah, that's so true.
Which is why
She's good.
I'm going to start streaming myself sleeping once a month.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
This is unbelievable. A Czech university, as in Czech, like the country of Czech Republic, I think they call themselves Czechia now. Czechia, which is wrong. They chose the wrong name for their country. They're the Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic. Here we go.
As most people know it. At this university, they have found something amazing, an amazing way to treat substance abuse, like alcohol and drug abuse. They found that they can treat it in part with horses. Equine therapy. They have had tested out on people dealing with alcohol and drug abuse, and they found that it works.
Like petting the horses, riding the horses, hanging with the horses, eating the horses.
They have what they had the people do. These people that were dealing with these addictions is that they were taking care. They would care for the horses, ride the horses, and spend time with the horses. And they found that improved their scores on like quality of life, their behavioral assessments, stuff like that, were going better after they completed went through a equine therapy program.
Sounds like they needed a new hobby. Maybe a little bit of responsibility. Does each get their own horse? Do you get a horse in this program?
You get your own special horse?
Yeah, you have to get your own horse that you can care for. It's a little hobby action. Maybe get your mind off of some of the addiction, right?
Yeah. I think what they found was that it helps you feel like you've accomplished something. It also it gives you something. Yeah, you're right. To get your mind off of, to have you focusing on something else other than the substance that you've been, that's been playing a role in your life.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I think, obviously, the horses here are big positives for these people. I think it was a wild thing to start.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is where they got this idea.
Yeah, how did you begin this whole thing?
Maybe they just
did some research first,
or maybe they just happened to notice somebody that was dealing with substance abuse and
really liked horses.
Happened to be around a horse, and it's like, wow, he seems like he's doing a lot better. He really
likes petting that horse.
Yeah, and he's really been laying off the sauce actually since he started petting,
since he started riding the horses around.
And then the idea just went from there. Now, I don't think to go back to do you get your own horse comment? I feel like I don't want to give people the wrong idea. Like if you're the person who grew up wishing for a pony, and
this isn't the way to do it.
Yeah, first of all, this is just like the first time they've ever really tested this out. So it's not like here in America. This is in a different country. Here in America, they're not going to give you horse therapy if you are addicted to something. And secondly, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's not worth it.
Obviously, the pony, big plus here if you get one. But at the same time, not worth it for the whole substance abuse thing.
Not worth it for the drugs.
No, it's not. I think you can get a horse on your own in another way.
There's better ways to go about it.
Or maybe you could just go to your local fair. Go
There's
see
lots
one
of
there.
petting zoos.
Tons of them.
But it is it's good news though. Any way that you can help people with substance abuse, turn their lives around, change their ways, and get away from the stuff that's dragging them down, I'm for it, even if it includes horses.
Yeah, I think it's a good way. I think about a lot of my uncles. They were big horse ride guys.
And how many of them are substance abusers?
I was gonna say how many of them were on a horse drunk. I can think of many a times when they probably were. If I had to guess, so maybe that goes hand in hand. I don't know.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
We're doing a food fight on the show. We've got the new Krispy Kreme Stars and Stripes collection. They've created this just for the 4th of July season. So these are only available until July 4th. That'll be the last day to get these at Krispy Kreme. They've got 3 brand new flavors that we are going to try out, and we are excited. Isaiah even went the extra mile here in just the last minute or so and went ahead and heated up one of your donuts in the microwave.
Well, I had to. If you do like an apple pie donut,
Which
you
they've
got to warm it
done.
up. You got to warm it up. If it's cold, it's not the same as it is when you have that thing heated up. If you ever have apple pie, you're putting it in the microwave for a little bit. Whether you have ice cream or not, you're putting that thing in the microwave first.
That was my next question. Why
Ice cream on the
really
side.
Didn't go in the extra mile, you should have ice cream with
Vanilla
it as well.
bean, a little vanilla bean on the side. It looks like you could go with it. It looks fantastic. I'm excited. That's the one I'm the most excited for. But all 3 of these flavors are catering right towards me.
All right.
Like my top flavors, apple pie, the sprinkle, the red velvet. It's hitting everything I want.
So which one would you like to try first?
Let's do just the sprinkle donut first.
The sprinkle. That is the Freedom Flag, which is an original glazed donut dipped in red icing and decorated like an American flag with blue and white sprinkle blend and white icing stripes.
Looks good.
It's pretty standard. It actually, if you see the full donut, it does. You can tell it's supposed to be a flag, an American flag.
Decorated nicely.
You can watch on the RadioU Riot Facebook and YouTube, and you'd see we have appropriate patriotic napkins today too. I mean, that's just the standard donut. Real good.
Good though.
Delicious.
Hits every time.
That's what Krispy Kreme does. They just do the basics. They just nail it every time. Now,
Yeah, that's fire.
how are they going to do on the where they're trying their hand at getting a little fancier? We're going to find out. So you want to do the red velvet one next?
Yeah, and the thing that surprised me about the red velvet, if you notice the icing on top, which I assume is probably a traditional cream cheese icing, right? Soft.
Real soft.
Sometimes they can get kind of hard with the icings.
A little crust can build up.
This is soft. This is soft icing, which makes a big difference.
It says this is a red velvet cake donut topped with cream cheese icing and stars and pearls sprinkled blend. And we'll dive in. It looks real nice, feels good, and you can just tell it feels right before you even taste it.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Not incredible, but the soft icing is nice.
That's
I don't love the cake donutness of it, but solid donut.
I actually think I like that more than I tend to like Krispy Kreme cake donuts.
Yeah, it was good.
I think I actually enjoyed that. Real chocolatey.
Yeah, super chocolatey on that one.
And then last but not least, hopefully anyways, is the new all-American apple pie donut from Krispy Kreme. This is naturally and artificially flavored, an unglazed shell filled with apple cinnamon filling, dipped in caramel-flavored icing, and graham cracker-flavored crumbs, and finished with a drizzle of white icing.
This is the moneymaker here.
Now, I don't know.
It's all rested on this.
How does yours look on the inside? Because you can see on the video on the RadioU Riot Facebook page and YouTube channel that mine is hardly any filling whatsoever.
Mine's all goozing out because I warmed it up.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. But it's a small... They didn't even make a big cavity.
It's a small cavity.
The filling. It's a tiny cavity for the filling. So I'm going to have to eat half of the donut to even get to the filling. But
It's got some good top... What's on top of this?
Caramel flavored icing and graham cracker flavored crumbs.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I like how they specify it's graham cracker flavored crumbs. They're not graham cracker crumbs.
You should have warmed it up. How you like me now? That's good. I'm liking that. So good.
That's tasty.
Oh, it's so good.
That's tasty.
It's like an apple pie.
Yeah. That one, definitely the most unique donut of the 3 that we tried. And it's real good.
Oh, that's so good.
That's tasty.
I mean, it's incredible.
I could have more of that.
If I could tell you to go, we've done a lot of food fights for Krispy Kreme. If I was to say you should go get this right now and toss it in the microwave and eat it, you should go get it right now.
Yeah.
Because it's that good.
I mean, we've had these sitting for a few minutes since they were dropped off. I wonder if you got it fresh from the store, if it was real hot right off the line or whatever, how that would feel.
Yeah, that was the other ones, the red velvet and the ice sprinkled one.
Yeah.
That's standard donutness. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you go, just get 3 of the apple pie ones.
Yeah.
And you'll be very happy with that. Start your 4th of July weekend. Little apple pie. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Start the day with apple pie, then you can finish it with apple pie for dessert too later on.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Just save it and eat it together.
Your Riot food fight. This one, I mean, I feel like this is almost a 5-star food fight.
That donut, that apple pie donut, is like a 4.7.
Yeah.
It's like the highest rating I've ever given on a food fight.
This is definitely the best Krispy Kreme one we've done in a long time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all three donuts really good. Red velvet's solid. I mean, typical red velvet. Sprinkles good, but that apple pie is so good.
I need to wash my hands and eat more of these donuts.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
July 4th, just about here. By now, I mean, it's the Friday before July 4th. Fireworks are totally fair game at this point. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah. No question at all.
No question.
Tonight, there's going to be fireworks.
Absolutely. Yep.
And hopefully you're ready.
People will be shooting them off. So, if you, I don't know, what do you do for your dog? Do you put earplugs in? Like, how can you stop them from freaking out?
Jim doesn't actually, he doesn't mind them.
Really?
He has no, anxiety things.
You think he might be deaf?
I'm not
Your
sure
dog?
what's wrong with him, but he has no, he's not afraid of anything except for, the vacuum. He's afraid of the vacuum. That's the only thing he has fear of.
Oh, I understand.
But he does
Me
not.
too.
Fireworks, last time he was around fireworks, he was out on the patio with us while they were getting shut off probably 20 feet from us, and he had no issues at all. Just kind of hung out, so he's unaffected.
So you can add no expertise to the question of how to keep your dog from freaking. I mean, unless you had some secret, but apparently you don't.
I don't. No, it's just one of those. I think he's just he might be too dumb to be afraid. That's the conclusion that I've came to, which is one of the positives of him. So I'm okay with that.
So for fireworks, this is interesting. Since 2006, so you go back about 17 years, injuries with fireworks have gone up 25% in the U.S.
25?
Yeah, more and more people over the last 2 decades nearly getting injured with fireworks.
Do you think that's just because you would think over time we all would become more experienced with them?
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's not like they're a new thing.
No.
They've been the same.
Yep.
So you think that we would kind of figure them out?
It could be
how to do it.
It could be either that, and I would be surprised by this, but they're more accessible, even though I feel that more and more localities are actually making it harder for people to buy them, if not impossible in some, or illegal anyways, in some areas. So I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what to chalk it up to, but more and more people are getting hurt, which means we need to tell you how to do it safely, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be thinking safety when it comes to fireworks. So here's what the National Safety Council says. First of all, fireworks should be used away from people, houses, and flammable material. Seems obvious.
Yet again, that seems like an obvious thing, but every year, somebody catches their house on fire.
Every year. Also, never light a firework in a container or indoors.
You definitely don't want to do it indoors.
Yeah, I'm glad they pointed that out. When using fireworks, light one at a time and keep a safe distance afterwards.
That's no fun. Nobody's doing that.
Maybe if you do fireworks safely enough, they're just not fun.
Yeah, you've never heard of a finale, clearly.
Yeah.
That's multiple fireworks at once.
Here's another thing that makes it fun. Lit fireworks should not be held by anyone or pointed or thrown at another person.
See, we've all made that mistake, though.
Yeah.
I had an issue with this I was probably a couple years back. I think one of the most important things that I can tell you is always know the firework in your hand or the firework you're setting off. Always know what it does. I think that's one of the most important things.
That's actually a good practical tip.
Because there was one time, and yet again, not the fault of mine, a couple years back, pretty much fireworks had ended. But there's always, you buy your bundle.
Yeah.
And there's, big fireworks in the bundle. They always toss in some little toppers, right?
Yeah.
The little, things you throw.
A lot of times the little ones, they look the most innocent.
But they're the most dangerous.
Exactly.
Because you don't know. We don't know. It's not like I'm dealing with fireworks all the time. I don't know what these things are, what they look like, right? So my dad, this is my father's fault.
Yeah.
My dad hands me this little tiny thing. And he made it seem like I was supposed to light it in my hand and just hold it out and shoot it. I forget what those are called.
Yeah.
We've all done it where you hold out the little bottle and
Is
they
that
just
a Roman candle?
Yeah, kind of like a Roman candle, but a mini one.
Okay.
Like a little tiny Roman candle.
Yeah.
This is not a Roman candle. I don't know what the heck it was. It was this spinning firework that once you lit it, it immediately started to spin, and you were supposed to, it wasn't something you were supposed to hold.
Yeah.
You were supposed to set it off in the distance, and it was supposed to fly up in the air. I was holding it in my hand, And so it immediately starts spinning in a circle in my hand. I drop it on the ground. It explodes like right in front of us. Thankfully, at this point, it was just my dad, my other brother, and myself standing outside. Everyone else, it was a big party. Everybody else had went inside, and we all kind of gave each other that look like, what's a good thing nobody saw that?
Yeah.
Don't tell your mom about that.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what the heck was that? You handed me this and made it seem like it was a normal thing. Was not a normal thing to hold. Not at all.
I can't be trusted with fireworks. I'm the type of person that type of thing would go wrong with me. And especially when it started to spin around, I don't have a lot of composure in situations like that. So I would do the exact wrong thing. So
I was afraid.
I let other people usually handle it. One other tip. Always keep a bucket of water nearby.
Always a smart idea.
To fully extinguish any fireworks, and don't try to relight them if it looks like it's a dud.
Oh, that's smart.
That's another one.
Get
where
yourself away.
You stick your face right over it. It seems like it went out, and then who knows what happens. So
best of luck to you if you're in charge.
Stay safe this weekend.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.